Nick, you're involved in helping a lot of the academics and a lot of the sort of research. It's really sort of the fundamental level, exciting level within UCL to get out there. What are universities doing to support climate tech businesses and be part of the solution here?
Thanks, Dave. I have a lot of things to say about this topic, but when I think about it, I take a step back. I think about what universities were set up to do, a couple hundred years ago, and the role was always the pursuit of knowledge, just pure academia, pure research. And now I think in the last 1 or 2 decades, it's a little bit different. Now it's like you have this new priority that's just come out, and it's to create impact, both like commercial impact and societal impact. So it's like you think about it, and how can a university change from University 1.0 to 2.0 so that you can offer both of these arms of the university in a way that helps support people who want to do pure knowledge and pure academia, but also people who want to go off and kind of try doing their own thing. And so, one thing I've seen a lot at UCL is that we're trying very hard to do a lot of commercial support and commercial training from academics leaders. We've seen like the incredible brain power at UCL from everyone from students to the academics to professors, and sometimes though they have no idea how to take an idea from idea to an opportunity. And so that kind of commercial training, just to open their eyes to a real world kind of how to get something to the real world is incredibly valuable. And it's just like different ways that you can make a university kind of like a pre-accelerator program almost. And so that's something that we've done quite a lot with the UCL Computer Science Department as well. We've been piloting programs just as a way for us to understand how, like what academics need, what they're thinking about, what kind of ideas they have, but also providing them training so that they have the skills and tools if they wanted to take something forward from their research. Another thing I wanted to talk about was kind of the early stage funding scene. And I've seen a lot of universities partnering with venture arms, which is incredible. So the one that, from this call, it's like we have UCL and UCL Tech Fund that's designed specifically to invest in UCL spinouts. And we have like Carbon Re and Bramble and Eurotempest, just like incredible UCL spinouts that were supported by UCL Tech Fund. And we're seeing this model pop up in other universities as well. There's like a bunch in Oxford, there's a bunch in Cambridge. MIT just came out with the engine sometime this year, as well as like a lot of non-university specific arms. So like Activate Fellowship Program is one in the US. Breakthrough Energy Venture Fellows, which is like funded by Bill Gates. That's like a 2-year program. It's just purely for academics and PhD students to support and like build their product for 2 years, which is incredible. So a lot of these like universities partnering with venture arms is a really, really successful model moving forward, I think. Spreading awareness is also very important. And one thing that UCL is really working on and leading is the Generation 1 campaign. So this is a movement led by UCL to help spread awareness that we are the generation to start making a change with the climate problem. The program and movement was inspired by one of former President Barack Obama's quotes, and he said, "We're the first generation to feel the effect of climate change. We are the last one who can do something about it." And so there's a whole lot of activities and events that UCL is hosting for this, a lot of workshops, a lot of guest speakers, open to public, as well as online on the Generation 1 website. And it's just really important I really resonate with Generation 1 because like I do think we are the generation, the people in this call are the people who are going to help take this forward. And I say that because I think that there's a majority of people in power today in the corporate world, but also like in the policy world who just don't care enough. A lot of people are happy to stick to status quo. A lot of people are happy to set goals, couple 3-4 decades in the future, which I think is not okay. Climate problem is something that's happening this decade and needs to be solved now. And so Generation 1 is something that I really support UCL in doing. So those are a couple of ways that universities are working on the climate problem and kind of the entrepreneurial acceleration. But I mean, if you're in an environment where you don't have access to like climate education, or maybe you're in a research project that isn't related to climate, there are so many non-university programs too that are so amazing. And it's just a way to create like a lot of accessibility for anyone to get into climate. So there's a lot of like online programs like the On Deck program, the Terra.do program, Work on Climate, Climate Tech VC, My Climate Journey. They're all like amazing resources for anyone kind of to get embedded into the climate ecosystem. So I recommend those as well.